Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your greatest support. I have to appreciate you for what you're doing. You're an amazing team, supporting the videos, liking and watching the videos every now and then. Thank you guys. God bless you. Asanteni sana. Now, as we get into the discussion, there is something that I want us to talk about. I want us to talk about the issue that is happening in Western Kenya. Majority of people or majority of leaders believe that Western Kenya is the second most largest populated area, and therefore any leader, especially any national leader, will garner a lot of votes from Western province. That is what they believe, and that is what is there. Because okay, after Central province, we know that Western is the second most populated place. I know that. But then there is something that is happening in Western amongst the leaders themselves that I would like us to discuss. There is something that is really happening in Western. I don't know how we can overcome it, or I don't know how the leaders are going to overcome it, but it is there and is really going to affect them. It's really going to cost leaders from Western. Moses Masika Wetangula, Musalia Mudavadi. We have got Wycliffe Ambetio Paranya. We have got George Natembeya. We have Francis Atuoli. We have got Cleophas Malala. All these leaders are coming from Western. But then, why is it that they can't speak one language? That is the big question is, why can't they speak the same language? Now, before we get into this discussion, fellow Kenyans, let me just remind you that if you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well like, you can share, drop me your flag at the comment, drop me your comment at the comment section. Tell me where you're watching this video from and how these videos are reaching. As I normally say, that feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication. Back to our discussion. There is a statement that has been said here by Moses Wetangula, which I would like to read. Moses is saying that hata kama Wajaluo wamekasirika, huwezi kupata Mjaluo akitusi Raila. Ukienda hapa mlima, huwezi kupata Mkale akitusi Rais Ruto. Ukienda Ukambani, hata upungufu wake, hakuna Mkamba atatusi Kalonzo. Lakini ukikuja hapa Western, kila mtu anatusi Wetangula na Mudavadi.
Kama Wajaluo wamekasirika, huwezi kuona Mjaluo akitusi Raila. Ukienda hapa mlimani, huwezi kupata Mkale akitusi Rais Ruto. Ukienda Ukambani, hata na upungufu wake, hakuna Mkamba anatusi Kalonzo. Lakini ukija hapa kwetu, kila mtu anaweza.
I want us to look at some of the critical statements that Moses Wetangula is saying in this speech. That ukienda hata kama Wajaluo wamekasirika, huwezi kupata Mjaluo akitusi Raila. Now, Moses is missing a point here, which I would like to elaborate a little bit, or to expand it a little bit. He has explained it very well, that ukienda Ujaluoni, Raila. Ukienda Ukambani, Kalonzo. Ukienda Rift Valley, William Ruto. Ukienda Central, he has not mentioned, but you know, Central pay ikona watu wake. Now, mentioning those names tells you something, that they are leaders. But again, I don't want to look at the leadership part. There is a part that I want to look at. You find that he's mentioning one person in every community. Like Ukambani is mentioning only Kalonzo Musyoka. In Rift Valley is mentioning only William Ruto. And then in Nyanza, he's mentioning only Raila Odinga. Despite all, in as much as maybe those people have not performed the way they're expected to perform, but at least it is only one leader in every community. You see? So it is only one leader in every community. Luo's Raila, Ukambani Kalonzo, Rift Valley Ruto. My question is this, Wetangula, have you seen the problem? Have you seen where in Ukambani they have got two, 3 leaders? Have you seen in Rift Valley where they have got 3 leaders? Have you seen in Nyanza where they have got 2, 3 or more leaders? Go to Coastal Province. How many leaders are there? Now come to Western. The problem that is happening in Western is very simple. Western has got very many leaders who want to lead. Like everybody wants to take charge. There is war between Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi. Natembe is also there. Everybody wants to be a kingpin. I don't know why people are normally obsessed with this issue of a kingpin thing. What is it? Are you normally being paid to become a kingpin? I don't know. Is there any payment? Is there any payment of becoming a kingpin? And he's going ahead and saying that waloya wenzangu wacheni kutumiwa kunitusi. Mimi ni speaker. Okay, wewe ni speaker wa bunge Moses Wetangula. I don't know why the Speaker of the National Assembly, and you confess that you are the Speaker of the National Assembly. If you are the Speaker of the National Assembly, what are you coming to do in local politics? You are the Speaker of the National Assembly for that matter. You are not the Speaker of the County Assembly. So the least you could do is to refrain yourself from politics of the community. Okay, of course we know that you have to speak because you are a lawyer. Of course that is that. But then why can't you just stop talking about politics of your community? If you lower yourself to that level, that is how people will take you. That is what I know. If you lower yourself to that level, that is how people are going to take you. But then my biggest question has been this, that why is it that lawyer community people are fighting every now and then? Wetangula is fighting Natembea. Musalia Mudavadi wants to be heard like the kingpin. Wycliffe Oparanya is fighting I don't know who. So what is going on? Yeah? Wycliffe, and you know what is funny is that the people that are fighting for this leadership are people that are holding national leaders. Like Oparanya is a CS, Wetangula is a speaker, Mudavadi is the prime CS. So hao watu wote bado wanataka kwenda kule chini kuania vyeo. Like I must lead, and then you find that Wetangula is saying that
mambo ya kijana wetu DPP. Mnajua ya kwamba ule alipepa files sahihi kupeleka EACC, mnajua?
Yes.
Ule alipepa akipeleka huko.
Kanda bongo man.
Na hata kama Oparanya alikuwa mwizi, muangalie ile vitu tulifanya hapa hiyo miaka yote.
Kanda bongo man anaenda nyumbani. Barasa one term.
Ni kama wana ushahidi Oparanya nimeiba, waende mbele. I don't fear anything.
Yes. Wambie.
Kuliko pesa kuharibu pesa ya Kakamega kupelekwa huko, but wewe fanya hii.
Ya kubeba guns.
Yaani Oparanya nikifa ndio wewe utaendelea kuwa kiongozi.
Ya beba guns vizuri kwa matanga.
Mimi nilikuwa mbele ya kuona ya kwamba wewe umechakuliwa kuwa gavana wapo. Umekufika huko umenikauka. Ati unaniita majina. Unafanya nini? Unaita ule baba yako ambao alikushika mkono. Shame on you. Shame on you. Aya, hiyo imetosha, lakini nimesema nimeru. Nimefanya nini? Nimeru moja kwa mo omundu kumu. Aya, watajua Oparanya ni nani. Miaka hii nimekuwa hapa miaka 10, hii nimeharibu tu hii miaka 10. Hii miaka 10 nimekuwa hapa. Mimi nimekuwa kwa siasa miaka 25. Miaka 25 nimeharibu. Ati naongea kwa mtu wa miaka 2, miaka 3. I don't talk about people. Don't talk about me. Hey. Mnasikia? Na tuna watu wengine hapa Kakamega ambao watu wa vitina. Kila saa wanapepa, wanaenda kule, wanachukua tikiti ya ndege, wanaenda kwa Raila kupeleka vitina. Itafika wakati I will name those people. Tuna wanaume 3 na mama mmoja. Ikifika wakati I will name you and I will shame you. Sindio? Kwa hayo unajua hao watu wamenifanya nimekasirika.
This is going to be the best chance for Western Kenya to be heard. For how many times have Western been heard? Like watu wamekuwa na nafasi ngapi na hawajaizitumia vizuri? Is this the only chance that Western are going to use so well? Okay, maybe it is. For what gain? That is the question. Yes, maybe it is, but for what gain? Do you really think that this is the best chance for lawyers? If it is the best chance for lawyers, what are they going to use to do different that they've not done? What is it that is going to be done different in Western that has never been done? That is the question. Of course, they are saying that it's going to be the best chance. Of course, yes. Ni sawa. Lakini for what gain? Because personally, what I believe and what I know is that it has reached a point whereby the leaders are supposed to realize that, okay, we've been fighting each other for a very long time. Now let us come together to find ways on how we can solve all these problems and make our community work. Natembeya is trying. With the Tawe movement, he's really trying. In fact, he's saying that lawyers must be heard. But then, if Natembeya is saying that lawyers must be heard, what is it that these other people are saying? What is that people, somebody like WETANGULA is saying? Somebody like Musalia Mudavadi, what are they really saying? Are they putting their differences aside and saying that, okay, as a lawyer community, we have the best chance to be heard. Let us now do these 1, 2, 3 things to make sure that in the coming years, at least lawyer will be somewhere. Look at the developments. Is lawyer developing? That is the question. Is lawyer developing? If it's not developing, why? Why is it that lawyer is not developing? Why is it that Western is not developing? Those are the kind of things that we really need to ask ourselves. That what is it that we're supposed to do to make sure that things work? What is it? What is it that these people are supposed to do to make sure that everything that they want or everything works according to the way maybe it's supposed to work? Because let me assure you that if things move on like this, if things goes on like this, then lawyer community will be sidelined. They will be used. After being used, they will be dumped. That is the truth. I've also heard Oparanya claiming, remember they were fighting with Baraza, that is the governor of Kakamega. Baraza is in ODM. He's one of the key leaders in ODM. Oparanya was a leader in ODM and then he went to become a CS. So that one, by going to serve the government, tells you that Oparanya has got no position in ODM.
Under 2027. And that is a defining moment for us. 2027 is what is going to determine our 2032. Vile tutasimama pamoja na tunataka mtuachilie Oparanya, Wetana au wengine. Tunakuja nyumbani, tunaongea, mnatuachilia kwenda kutengeneza urafiki kwingine. Tuende Rift Valley, tuweke urafiki. Tuende Nyanza, tuweke urafiki. Tuende Pwani, tuweke urafiki. Tuende Northeastern, tuweke urafiki, ili tukifika nafasi yetu watakumbuka ya kwamba sisi tuliweka mabega wakapanda, nao pia waweke mabega tupande.
But then he wants to pretend that he still holds a position in ODM, and therefore nobody is supposed to tell him anything. Right now, it's like he wants to fight Raila Odinga. I don't know how those things. I don't know how that is going to work. You know, I'm really trying to figure out how this thing is going to work for them, and how they are going to fight. How is it going to benefit both of them, the leaders, both the leaders, you know, in opposition and the leaders right now. Is it really? Is it worth it? You know, all these wars. I do ask myself that all these wars, are they really worth it? Yeah, because if you try to look at the war that is happening in Western leaders are fighting, number one, because of the politics and leadership rivalry, whereby kila mtu anataka kuwa kingpin. Like they don't have somebody mwenye amesimama kila wakati akisema, wanaweza kusema kwamba okay, this is our leader. They don't have a leader, hawana. So that is why you find them fighting every now and then. Huyu akiinuka anasema kwamba lazima nisikizwe, huyu akiinuka anasema kwamba lazima nisikizwe. That's why you see Wetangula trying to compare Luya community, Western community with these other communities, because these other communities wamekuwa na kiongozi mmoja tu, in as much as Raila Odinga might have his shortcomings, but unakuja napata kwamba Luo leaders normally say that Raila Amolo Odinga is our leader. Akisema twende left, twende left. Tukienda right, twende right. So they believe in Raila that they can't expect, or maybe hawatarajii kwamba kuna kiongozi mwingine anaweza kujitokeza anasema kwamba anaongoza Wajaluo. Like they don't believe in that. They only believe in Raila. And that's why I've said that in as much as maybe he has got his shortcomings, Luo people believe in him. In as much as hakuna kitu cha maana amefanya in Nyanza, but the truth of the matter is that at least they have got somebody as a leader. Same to Ukambani. Hakuna kitu cha maana ambacho Kalonzo amefanya, but Kalonzo Musyoka is the leader. When Kalonzo speaks, almost everybody, like if today Kalonzo Musyoka decides that he's calling a meeting of Kamba leaders who believes in him, because remember, sio kila mtu atakubaliana naye. But if he says that Kamba leaders, I want us to come together so that we can speak one language, so that we can say one thing, utapata kwamba all of them, all the Kamba leader, majority of them, wataenda wasikize Kalonzo anasema nini. Go to Rift Valley. William Ruto akisema kwamba we want to meet, all the Rift Valley leaders wataenda watakusanyika, watasema kwa what is he saying. Go to Kisii. I don't know whether in Kisii watu wataenda kumsikiza Matiang'i, wataenda kumsikiza Maraga, but I think ama Simbarati. Go to Western. Western leo natembea aseme kwamba nataka kukutana na watu. Wetangula aseme, Mudavadi aseme. You know, that is the problem. The issue, if there is something that has really costed a lot of communities and a lot of people or a lot of politicians, is the issue of the kingpinship. You are not even being paid to become a kingpin. You are not even being paid. You just want people to rally behind you. And then after rallying behind you, you realize that you have got nothing to offer. Number two, the issue of the youth unemployment and crime. You find that there are a lot of limited jobs in Western. There are a lot of limited job opportunity in the Western. But the key leaders are in government. They're doing nothing. And the last one, we talk about the issue of cultural and claim dynamics, whereby lawyers are not a single or homogeneous groups, but a union of about 18 sub-tribes. Okay, I have a question here. You know, we know in Luya, we have got the Bukusu, we have got Maragoli, we have got Idaho, we have got the Wanga, and we have got Tacholi, and many others. Abagusi, I don't know, the Bukusu, we know all of them. My question is this: can this issue of cultural and claim dynamics be a problem whereby now lawyers cannot have just one leader who can control them? So how many sub-tribes do we have? Sub-tribes do we have in Luo, by the way? For anybody who knows, no, I just have a question. How many sub-tribes do we have? Because I don't know. That is why I'm asking. I know somebody might be saying that, oh, what about that name? Or we know, are you not a Luo? I don't know that thing. That is why I'm asking. How many sub-tribes do we have in Luo? I don't know. But then you come to find out that in as much as they also have the sub-tribes, they can still speak one language, right? They can speak one language. They can understand each other. They can listen to one person. No, the problem is here. You can listen. One person can speak, and then you all follow. That is the problem that is happening in Western. They don't have that one person, and that is why they keep on fighting every now and then. They don't have that one person. And then the last one is the issue of the election season. In Kenya, violence tends to increase nearly when people approach elections, and that is why you find that communities are divided by politics allegiances, and leaders may stoke division to secure votes. That has happened severally. Right now, Moses Wetangula, Musalia Mudavadi, they know very well that they don't stand a chance of being leaders in the next election or in the next government. Because if William Ruto fails, nobody will want to welcome them. Nobody. Not even when William Ruto succeeds, they will not get a chance. Tutakuwa hapa tu. No, tutakuwa hapa. And I know that tutakuwa tumegrow. Tutakuwa hapa na tutakuwa tumegrow. That is why I'm saying that all these things that you see happening, hey, kuna mambo mingi sana ambayo I know that is going to change. After all, guys, that is just my thought, and that is all I have for now. Let me also know what you think at the comment section, but please don't forget to drop me your comment. Don't forget to subscribe and tell me where you're watching this video from. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Bonfisa. Bingo.